All right, back on trail. Had a great time in Great Barrington. Ate all the food and hung out with some hiker friends, met some new hiker friends, and now we're back on trail. It's really pretty. Nice day today. Cornfields and a lot of mosquitoes, so I got more bug spray. Currently raining right now. The mosquitoes aren't as bad in this moment, so I took my head net off. But today, earlier at least, the mosquitoes have been the worst they've been on trail. And it's frustrating because it's quite humid. And from what some of the locals have been telling me, it's unseasonably humid here. So I put on my bug spray, which initially works, but then I sweat it all off after like a half an hour, and then the mosquitoes attack. So yeah, it's quite frustrating, and the mosquitoes love me. So I have a lot of bites on my body. I think if I could get my hands on a full body net, that's probably the way to go here, just because you sweat everything off very quickly. So anyway, a little frustrating today. Ooh, mosquitoes aren't too bad right now. Some cute little buildings over there. But I didn't mention, so I ordered, sunscreen. I ordered new shoes, and when they arrived in Great Barrington, the box was the correct size, but the actual shoes in the box were not. So I'm going on, probably by the time I get my new shoes that are the correct size, probably going on 1,000 miles with these topos. So I think they'll last. It might just be a little slick with the tread wearing down. The tread's still okay, but I think the next couple stretches are going to be a little forgiving when it comes to that. So thank goodness the terrain today has been great. Lots of pine needles, not too many rocks or anything. So I'm hoping that keeps up until Hanover, where I'll be getting hopefully the correct size of my shoes. Climbing up, heading out of Dalton. What a nice little town. The trail goes right through for about 1.5 miles. Upon entry back into the woods, I got like 20 new mosquito bites, so I had to put on some Picaridin. But anyway, Dalton was really great. I stopped in last night and stayed with Tom Lavardi, who is the ultimate trail angel. He lets hikers tent on his lawn. He brought out breakfast this morning. Really nice guy. So thank you, Tom, for your hospitality. Really wonderful. And went to trivia night at one of the local spots. And we did a little hiker trash team. So I was with a solo hiker named Cabo, and then Cookie and Snore were on another team, and we failed miserably, but it was really fun. A nice night in town that I actually wasn't expecting. So now I'm hiking up and over to Cheshire, and my friend Bravo, who is also a Triple Crowner, I met him earlier in the trail. He was doing a section. He's picking me up and taking me to, okay, I'm gonna stop. Whew. It's taking me to an outfitter. I need to figure out my bug strategy because, like I said, the bug spray isn't working because, as you can see, I'm like glistening right now. I just started hiking. I'm sweating it off pretty quickly. So I think I might try to get a full body bug net. We'll see what they have at the outfitter. Need some new socks. Okay, I'm gonna start hiking again because I'm getting swarmed. Need some new socks. And I might get 100% DEET if they don't have a full body bug net, just because that's at a certain point the only thing that's really potent, even though it's not good to put on your skin, I'm sure. So yeah, we'll see what we find at the outfitter. Ooh, we are getting steep. Going up to Mount Greylock. I think this is comparable to the climbs we had in Georgia. very steep. And this is getting us ready for what's to come in New Hampshire and Maine. This is what resupply looks like. I'm outside of the grocery store with all of my stuff. All right, guys, we're hiking out in a storm. You can hear the wind. Supposed to rain, maybe have some lightning and thunder. I actually like hiking out in storms because, first of all, we're in tree cover, so not as dangerous as being on like ridge lines and stuff, but it gets a lot cooler and the humidity drops. At least that's what it seems like to me. So I actually enjoy hiking out. Some people are like, oh my God, you're hiking out. And yeah, it actually is more comfortable because it's not as hot. So we're doing it, guys. All right, we're at the border. There's Massachusetts. And guess what? Vermont. A muddy welcome to Vermont or Vermont. Here we go. Oh, this is comical. Oh my God, almost there. Whew. Here it is. There is something so comforting about getting in my tent when it's bad weather outside. The rain kind of subsided, but I thought I'd take this non-flooded site that I found. That's just the wind, I think, blowing rain onto the tent. But anyway, so in Massachusetts and Connecticut, we couldn't stealth camp, which means camping outside of shelter areas or establish like actual established tent sites. So now that I passed the Vermont border, we can stealth camp again. So this was already a tent site, I could tell. So I took it because it wasn't flooded. Everything else, as you can see, and I'll show you this in a second, but my shoes are completely like muddy and just wading through the mud. Here are the shoes. Not my favorite to take off at the end of the day, but I'm gonna use some like baby wipes to clean myself up. I bring extra on this trail. Sometimes I don't, but it's my little treat to myself to kind of clean myself up before I go to bed. So on other trails I might not necessarily do that, but on this trail I am. And here's all my stuff I just threw in. Kind of wet, but not too bad. So, yep. Just gonna try to enjoy myself. Cold morning today and last night. I, for the first time, zipped up my 40-degree quilt. It can be like a mummy bag, or just I can lay it over me as a quilt. So yeah, I actually got cold last night. I think it was probably in the 40s. And even this morning, it's cold too. I didn't put my wet shirt back on. It's too cold to put my wet shorts on. And wet shoes and socks. So yeah, it's interesting. I don't think this is normal. Maybe just because of that little storm front that rolled through. It's July 30th today. So yeah, I don't know if this is kind of normal or not, but I am glad that I have my puffy still. I wore that this morning when I was getting ready. Have my warm socks still, and then I'm getting my cold weather gear back in, where am I getting it? Hartford? I think it's called Hartford, New Hampshire. I'll get back to you on that. I think it's Hartford, or Hanover. Sorry, Hanover. I'll be getting my cold weather gear again. So my hands are kind of cold right now. I could use my gloves, but I'll just have to wait. I also have to shout out my new mosquito netting pants. They've been getting me, and the bug spray just really wears off after like 15 minutes because I'm usually sweating so much in this humidity. So I think this will work out. I used a full body actually net in the THRU-r along the PCT before. It worked great. It gets a little hot, but at least there's still some airflow. So yep, this is kind of last resort. Oh, this is so bad. Oof. looks like I got mud everywhere. I just fell back there. I don't think you can go through Vermont without falling in the mud once. So luckily I'm okay. I kind of like hurt my wrist again, but I think it'll be fine. Let's see, can you see? Lots of mud everywhere. It's been raining for a couple hours, so I'll have to, wow, I didn't realize how much mud I had on my face, but went all the way down. So yeah, having so much fun. I am getting into town tomorrow, so that is pulling me through right now, guys. Yesterday was pretty frustrating for me. I was gonna record more yesterday, but I thought I should cool off a bit before talking about it. So even today, there's still quite a bit of mud going on. But yesterday was awful just because of the storms. But it looks like we're drying out a bit. And I'm going into town today to resupply. And I'm taking a Nero. So I'm doing about, I think, almost 16 miles today. And then resupplying, getting some good food, some Ben & Jerry's. And I'm staying at Green Mountain Hostel. So I'm excited. I've heard really good things about it. And they give you a pint of Ben & Jerry's because Ben & Jerry's is a Vermont-based company. I totally have hiker brain right now. So yeah, I'm excited to go into town, especially after yesterday. It was really tough. Probably one of my top 20 worst days on trail, I'd say. It's really not fun hiking through the mud all day long. I couldn't bear to put on my muddy socks this morning, so I changed into new socks. And it's been cold as well, in the 40s at night and kind of like the low 60s during the day. So yeah, it was just like it's been a cold couple days. I think it's supposed to be cold going forward too. I don't know how long though. I don't know if it's like this for good or what, but yeah, I'm still struggling through the mud a little bit. I took a little fall again today. Luckily not all the way down, but almost. So anyway, I'm excited to get into town. And then I'm doing a bigger stretch after that to Hanover, New Hampshire. And that's where I'm getting all of my cold weather gear back. So I'll probably take a 0 there too, because I'm gonna need a break after Vermont.